Hey, Packer fans. I apologize for being a bit late with this. Those of you who know me, you know that family is very important to me. I have a family member who is having a medical procedure early tomorrow, and I wanted to be there for them, which meant I had to be on the road on Sunday. I was able to watch the game, but because I was traveling, I was unable to record as early as I would have liked, which is why I'm now just recording this from my hotel room late on Sunday night. And if you haven't watched my preview episode for this game, you really should go back and watch it so you can see why I get so irritated later. Let's get back to the podcast. Packer fans, this is the Packer Mentality Podcast where I try to keep you up to date and shed a little light on what is happening on and off the field with the Packers. Whether you are new to this channel or you've joined me before, welcome and thank you so much for being here. Before we get going, please help me build this channel and take a minute to subscribe and follow me on social media at Packer Mentality. Lambeau Field was a Halloween house of horrors for the Packers fans on Sunday. We had to watch a listless, undisciplined, and unfocused group of Packer players embarrass themselves on the field in a 24-10 loss to the Minnesota Vikings. That was just awful. Packers should be embarrassed by that effort, especially the offense. I said in my preview of this game, and you really should go back and watch the last episode. There are three areas that the Packers absolutely had to improve to be successful. They needed to get out to a fast start and score early and often in the first half. Needed to get better offensive line play. They needed better play from the wide receivers and tight ends. Having said that, of course, for the fifth game in a row, the Packers offense came out sputtering and shot themselves in the foot. Once again, too many mistakes derailing drives. Very first offensive drive, 3rd and 1. Jordan Love has a nice throw with a great catch by Romeo Doubs for 20 yards. Gets brought back by a penalty on the offensive line. Vikings decided to give it back to us and had a penalty on the very next play. So we are back to 3rd and 1. Yay. We're saved. We can do this. Nope. Josh Myers completely misses a block, and A.J. Dillon gets stuffed for no gain, and the Packers have to punt. Penalties and offensive line problems right off the bat, setting the tone for this Packers first half. Despite the obvious struggles we've already seen from the offensive line, the Packers started the same group we've seen the previous few weeks with Rasheed Walker at left tackle, Elton Jenkins at left guard, Josh Myers at center, John Runyon Jr. at right guard, and Zach Tom at right tackle. Well, Rasheed Walker was benched pretty quickly in the first half for Josh Nijman. Why Rasheed Walker has lasted this long and what was the final straw today, I don't know. But I now have zero confidence in Matt LaFleur and offensive coordinator Adam Stenovich's or whoever is making the personnel decisions on the offensive line because that whole group is a mess. And I'm not sure why several of these guys are still playing. But this group definitely is not helping Jordan Love. Let's move on to the receiver groups. Luke Musgrave, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and Dontavian Wicks all dropped passes on Sunday. And there might have been one or two others. Whether those passes actually show up on the stat sheet as drops, I don't know. But all of those guys had balls, hit them in the hands, and either didn't catch them or didn't retain the possession of the ball. Jaden Reed, might have been the most painful one, had a ball taken right out of his hands for an interception. All those guys, between those five guys, that's five completions, more than a handful of yards, and an interception that wouldn't have happened. Can't tell me that wouldn't have had an effect on this game. This group is just not helping Jordan Love. Speaking of not helping Jordan Love, once again, Aaron Jones went missing during the game. Matt LaFleur couldn't find him to put him in the game or something. I'm not going to go into it. I've talked about this time and time again. But when you need to split a running back out wide as a wide receiver, that guy should be Aaron Jones, not A.J. Dillon. That is not his strength. And we saw it late in this game. A.J. Dillon split out as a wide receiver when Aaron Jones is available. Was Jordan Love perfect in this game? No. He made plenty of mistakes, missed throws, had guys open and didn't throw it. But he or any NFL quarterback deserves better than what his supporting cast put out there today. That was just garbage. On the defensive side of the ball, defense also hurt themselves. They had a bunch of bad penalties at the worst possible times. And this unit is basically Jekyll and Hyde. Usually the secondary is the good Jekyll to the run defense's Hyde. On Sunday, they reversed it. The secondary was bad. They couldn't cover TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, or KJ Osborne. I saw several missed assignments or communication errors that left guys open. And I don't know what is wrong with Jair Alexander. Is he hurt? If he is, get him off the field. He got beat by pretty much everyone he lined up against. And quite honestly, I can get that from the rookie Carrington Valentine. And at least I know Carrington Valentine is learning something. Or was Jair just not bringing his A game because Justin Jefferson wasn't playing and he was uninspired? Either way, it was a bad game for Jair. On the bright side for the defense, the run defense was much better. Vikings only managed 62 yards on 31 rushes. One of the guys I did notice making a couple tackles for loss, TJ Slayton had a good game, and it looked really nice to see Devondre Campbell back on the field. He had a nice day, 14 tackles on Sunday. Great to see him back out there. We're going to have a lot to talk about next episode. I will be back in a couple days. Until then, I hope you all have a very safe and happy Halloween. Have a great week, and go Pack Go.